Hello, welcome. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on this special interview on NewsX. We are in conversation today with well-known actor Ranvir Shorey. Ranvir, welcome.
Hi.
Thank you for being on NewsX today.
Thank you, Uday. Thank you for having me.
And your latest, of course, outing is already streaming on Amazon MX Player. Bindiya Ke Bahubali season 2 is out there. People are loving it, getting a lot of rave reviews for it. So first, let's begin by just talking about the response. How's the feedback been?
Oh, great. Because actually, I've been getting like messages from people for season two since the time season one released. Because I think that was one hell of a cliffhanger.
Hmm.
And I'm happy that season two is coming out, in time to satisfy people's curiosity.
Yes.
And for season two now, I've started getting, started getting messages about season two also. And so far, the feedback has been great as expected with season one.
Okay, lovely. What's something that stood out for you from something you may have read in a review, or what what the audiences have said, or what someone from the industry may have told you? What has stood out? One message or one response.
No, I've been getting those that one whatever GIF, na they call it
Mm,
GIF. I
mm.
think I've been getting that GIF of my opening scene. So,
Ah,
so that mostly that.
okay.
Uh, I think people are a little you can say surprised because I haven't done any
Yeah,
role like this before
yeah,
this.
yeah.
And so the opening lines of my character
Mm,
are kind of
yeah,
pretty salty, if I may say so.
yeah.
Uh, and so I think, yeah. So as an actor, it's nice for to
Mm.
see people's reactions for to something new that you've done,
True, true.
and I'm enjoying that in this for sure.
Yeah. No, the moment you start getting gifs and memes, कि hit हो गई है series or किरदार. So that's happening. So that's a great sign. Now, just talking about what appealed to you about this particular role, taking you back when you got it in the first place. Of course, now in the second season, your character itself takes a different dark, and we see him coming into his own and into his the Gundai element, etc. But just talking about when you got this series, when you got this character, what appealed to you the most about
I think first the writing. It was a really good screenplay written by Raj Amit
it?
Kumar, who's our
Yeah.
creator, writer, director. And second, I think was the ensemble cast
Hmm.
because they had names like Saurabh Shukla,
Yeah.
Seema Biswas, Govind Namdeo,
Hmm.
Vineet Bai. So it was a lot of, and of not to forget Apna Tanisha,
Yeah.
So my own, you can say, contemporaries peer
Yes.
group.
Yes.
Then the younger actors later. I mean, that time I didn't know them, but after working with them, I'm so
Hmm.
happy to be working with such talented youngsters also. So it
Hmm.
had a great ensemble cast,
Yeah.
and in that ensemble cast too, you can say getting the primary part,
Yeah.
the important part like Chote Dawan
Yeah.
was a blessing. So
Yeah.
I totally jumped on it.
And how has been the chemistry offsets as well with Bade Dhawan and Chote Dhawan, Saurabh Shukla and you?
So Saurabh and I go back quite a long way.
Yeah.
We are friends. He's directed me in a couple of films, and he's really, I look up to him in terms of talent, in terms of experience, wisdom. He's just great fun. He's great fun to be with.
Hmm.
So I really
You know,
enjoyed that.
I was reading somewhere you were just talking about Raj, of course, your director, and he was really praising you in one of his interviews recently. And I was
Hmm.
just reading it
Oh,
before we
really?
started,
What did he?
and
He was
he was
praising me. That is.
Bilkul, Bilkul. And he was saying that that it was a great collaboration with you, and you really surrendered to the director, and he really had a great equation with you, offsets and onsets. He said he's built that up over the two seasons, and he was really praising your performance and how it's a great part, how it's a great pivot for the whole series. How it's turned out. And he also said one more thing, that I don't know why people say that it's so difficult to work with Ranveer, and he's how he is on sets, and all of that. So he said, "ये पता नहीं क्यों कहते कि I never saw this." He said, "I had the best time with him." So now I have to ask you, how was it working with him? How will you react to the praise, and why this rumor is spread कि बड़ा difficult है रणवीर के संग काम करना?
No, the first thing, though, you have floored me. See, when I'm working on a project, there's only one person I want to please, and that is my director. Okay, after that, whether you get love from the audience or the critics or from your colleagues, contemporaries, that is apart. But the single point of focus is always your director, and to have your director praise you is like a
Yeah.
it's really like a really good feeling. So I'm grateful that Raj has said such things about me. Um, he's, like I said, it was his writing, it is his
Mhm.
clarity.
Mhm.
He's a taskmaster. He has a very clear vision of what he wants, and
Yes.
he will go to great lengths to
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
So I mean, he was an amazing captain, you can say. In every sense, not just in the filmmaking, even otherwise. He's
Mhm.
really driven this project
Mhm.
to work with such a big and such a fantastic ensemble
Ensemble.
cast,
Yeah.
and to tell such a, you can say, um, such a big canvas,
Mhm.
such spread out characters, right from the smallest characters.
Mhm.
You see his clarity,
Yeah.
um, and so to be able to pull that off,
Mhm.
and now second season out, it's a Herculean task.
Yeah.
So we are all here chatting with you today because of
Mhm.
him.
True.
And second thing, why they say Ranveer is difficult to work with, this is, I mean, this is not something new.
Mhm.
The thing is, the film business is very political.
Mhm.
You know, people's personal egos,
Mhm.
people's personal issues,
Yeah.
all these things
Mhm.
make a lot of difference within the business.
Yeah.
So if, for example, on set, if somebody has not done their job और उसको आपने वहाँ बोल दिया कि this thing, तो वो वहाँ कुछ नहीं कर पाएगा because he's
Mhm.
in the wrong, he or she is in the wrong, but they'll go out and bitch about you.
Yeah.
कि he is very difficult to work with.
Yeah.
So अपनी गलती नहीं कोई बताता, but
Mhm.
everybody likes to spread a hawa about, and then there are personal jealousies, insecurities. This is a very complicated thing, and all this talk, I think, stems from there, and it's not
Yeah.
something new to me. I've seen it
Yeah.
for years.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, this is terrible talk, and your director thankfully has cleared it and he's spoken so highly of you. But do you believe that this is something that possibly leads you sometimes to lose work if this is what directors are told?
Of course, I have had incidents where right up till from looks to dates, everything is fixed, but last minute a producer calls me and says, I really don't know what to say, Ranveer, but my director heard something about you, so we are now not going to cast you.
Mm.
So I was like, before you approach me, didn't he know
Mm.
who he's
Yeah.
approaching? So I've had like this odd incident like this. So then that this is how I come to know that people, how
Mm.
they talk behind your back.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm sure there must be more like this.
Yeah.
And I don't know what one can do about that. I only know to go into a film, into a project, into a series, into a project, knowing that I want this project to work the best
Yeah.
that it possibly can.
Yeah.
Because the truth, the harsh truth, which people don't seem to understand in their own small personal, egos,
Hmm.
is that if a film works, everybody gains,
True.
right from the spot boy to the marketing, PR. Everyone gains from a successful film or series. But a film or series that does not work,
Hmm.
everybody loses out.
True.
Because next thing on your resume, when you say, what did you do last year, and you name a turkey, nobody
Mm.
is looking at you at that time to give you work. But if you're
No.
in a successful one, suddenly you are hot
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Everybody wants one.
Yeah.
Then nobody, I can tell you names of stars who are
Mm.
known to be difficult, but
Yeah.
producers never stop taking them.
No.
But for actors like us,
Hmm.
this kind of talk and
Mm.
he's difficult,
Mm.
you'll never see, you get what I'm
True.
saying. So it's
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is that
Absolutely.
disparity, and really I cannot do what I want to do in life looking at naysayers.
नहीं नहीं,
जिनको नहीं करना प्लीज चलो, जो उनको करना है उनमें उनसे बात करने में इंटरेस्टेड हूँ.
exactly. And floor them with your performances, as they say. You know,
हाँ,
if you
and
can't
finally,
flop them with anything
yeah,
else, floor them with
yeah,
your performances. And that's
and
what you've done.
that's all I work for, yeah, because
Yeah.
finally that's what matters.
Yeah. Now
Not
I
your
have to
personal egos.
exactly. I have to ask you also. You know, what matters the most for you? Is it critical reviews? Is it the audience's response? Is it what your friends and family would say after a project releases? What is something you look out for as a barometer of success and good response?
First and foremost, so I've already spoken about, which is my director.
Mm.
That is your single point. You can say that's your north.
Mm.
It's your north star. Is your director. Then after that, I think it's next. I would put the audience.
Mm.
Definitely, I will look at audience reactions more than I will critics' reactions.
Mhm.
I have respect for critics. I'm talking about learned critics,
Yeah.
not Chimpu from Batinda, who's thinks that he watches a lot of shit on the internet, so he also knows a lot about cinema. I do
Yeah.
not believe that. I believe that yes, there is a there is a hierarchy in how much you know about cinema to appreciate cinema. जिसने ज्यादा किताबें पढ़ी होंगी उसको ज्यादा वर्ड्स पता होंगे,
Mhm.
उसको राइटिंग के बारे में ज्यादा पता होगा.
Mhm.
So in that sense, there is some difference between critics and people who just claim to be critics.
Mhm.
But definitely, audience is my second barometer, and
Okay.
third critics. Third
Okay.
critics.
Okay. Now, before we end, I have to quickly ask you about the latest project that you have been shooting for because it's been all over social media and fans loved it. The reunion of the Khosla Ka Ghosla OG team and more.
जी हाँ.
So, how was that? How was the shooting of the sequel of it? How is it going? How is it shaping up?
So at this point, all I can say is it's like a family reunion.
Yeah.
It's like meeting cousins you haven't met in a who you grew up with, but you haven't met in a while,
Yes.
and you are back at a wedding with them.
Yeah.
So right now it's feeling like that. But अभी मैं ज़्यादा और कुछ नहीं कहूँगा. But all
Mhm.
I'll say is that I'm thrilled to be back in the Khosla fold.
In the fold. Okay. It was a great family reunion for you.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
now we are awaiting to see that as well, hopefully sooner
yeah,
rather than
yeah.
later on the screen. And now let's end by asking you a question which is derived from cricket because आजकल बड़ा cricket चल रहा है. Series and the World Cup is coming and then the IPL, etc. Now these days in cricket, a trophy is given at the end of every match. It's called game changer of the match. You know, the player that changed the course of the game for his or her team. For you, Ranveer, now, looking back, which has been that one role or two roles or projects that changed the course of the game of your career?
So for a minute, I thought you were going to ask me a cricket question, and I was going to say, Uday, actually, I haven't been
You
following
haven't
cricket
been
at all.
no, no. क्रिकेट से
uh,
शुरू किया बाकी फिर उस पे ही आए.
हाँ, नहीं तो अभी आपने मेरे को गूगली डाल दिए.
हाँ.
So the roles which I think were game changers for me, Khosla was definitely one, for sure. And Mithya was one, Traffic Signal was one. Many, I mean, see, for me, the thing is, मेरा career ही ऐसे ऐसे जाता रहा
Yeah,
है ना.
yeah,
So for me, I've had these, plots films
yeah.
which have pulled me back up
Mhm.
every time. So, started with Khosla and Pyar Ke Side Effects, and then
Yeah,
went down, then, maybe a Mithya happened,
yeah,
then then Traffic Signal
yeah,
happened, Son Chidiya happened,
yeah.
Titli happened. In between, I went into mainstream also. I did Singh is King, I did
Mhm.
Chandni Chowk to China.
Mhm.
So I mean, it's can't really say.
Mhm.
Honestly, I can't really take out one or two names because I can tell you the first one, definitely Khosla, because
Yeah,
Khosla was the one which put me on the map, Khosla and
yeah,
Pyar Ke Side Effects. But then what actually got me away from comedy, which I think was a huge milestone in my own career, was trying to break away from comedy to be able to do only dramatic roles.
yes.
So Mithya helped me in that, but I think it was Traffic Signal which kind of broke that
Yeah.
image for me that I can do something outside of comedy convincingly.
Mhm.
So I would say these are the ones. And
Okay.
after that, I've had the good fortune of getting a loot case also, with
Yeah.
Rajesh Krishnan,
Yeah.
in comedy.
Yeah.
I did a Metro Park,
Mhm.
which was a series. So I have managed to every now and then get good comedic and dramatic parts, which have
Fantastic.
kept me afloat as an actor. So
And kept the game going, as they say. And let's
yeah,
hope that
yeah,
continues, Ranveer. And let's hope Bindiya Ke Bahubali is the latest in that list as well, because again, this is a very different part of
yeah.
Bahubali, yet of course a lot of
Mm.
comedy. So thank you for joining us, and
Thank
all
you.
the
They're
very
lovely
best.
chatting with you. Yeah,
And
thank you so
congrats on
much.
the
Appreciate it.
response for the series once again.
Thank you. Thank you.